Receiving simulator transmission. Uploading transmitted feed. Initializing playback sequence. Alright Seipher, we're ready.
Hey everyone, Seipher here, and welcome back to Seipher Plays Kingdom Hearts 2. In the last episode, we climbed to the summit of the mountain to confront Shan-Yu and his army of Heartless. In doing so, we seemed to be successful in dispatching them, only for Mushu to give away Mulan's secret to Captain Shang. Fortunately or unfortunately, Shan-Yu survived our confrontation and moved to attack the Imperial capital. We gave chase and ultimately fought him off, unlocking a new route for Sora and our beloved trio. This time, we're going to be traveling through another Gummy Gate and landing in another world in need of our help. Though, off-screen, I did do a bit of grinding. I mainly got Valor Form up to the point that it is going to reach its cap after our next use of it. And Donald gained 1 level, getting to level 15, getting him additional points in strength and defense. I also wanted to explain the weapon ability of our new Keyblade, Hidden Dragon, which I have equipped. It is MP Rage, which functions similarly to how it did in Kingdom Hearts 1, but in a more tangible way, restoring MP based on damage taken, specifically damage taken out of total HP times 100 times the number of copies of MP Rage equipped, compared to restoring half the damage taken to the orange MP charge gauge from Kingdom Hearts. However, the ability only works so long as you are not in MP charge. I presume that this is a necessary change to balance out, since if you were getting MP back during MP charge, you could just spam a certain spell that we don't have yet indefinitely by just getting hit. Anyway, we're going to proceed through Stardust Sweep. And we're not... off-screen, I did build... Well, I took a sample blueprint for the Highwind level 1, which is actually different than the Highwind, and made our own version for this coming fight, or mission. And I'm just going to show this in full since we didn't really see it last time. And I know I said that I was considering just fast forwarding this, but I want to just take a moment to talk about this because I did, again, poke around for how to address some issues I had both with Gummy Ship Flight and with the Gummy Ship building in this game. Okay, lock target. Yeah, we don't need that. So, off-screen, I did poke around in the Gummy Ship and discovered, or rather rediscovered, in the mission that you can press start and you will be able to find the rapid fire controls that you can change to auto so that you're automatically rapid firing like you did in Kingdom Hearts 1. It's a good thing to keep in mind. And I think my build is not all that great. But that's okay, I'll probably change it, though I do have a bone to pick with how Gummy Ship builds work in this game, as I discovered that the Gummy menu is worse than I remembered, as armor and wings are in one submenu, and then there's a whole submenu of submenus for all the others, so weapon gummies, decoration gummies, and helm gummies are all in their own submenus within another submenu. So it's a bit of a mess to place everything. And another thing that I found, well, I did have the ability to color this ship however I wished from the get-go, which was not a thing in Kingdom Hearts 1. Only the armor and wing gummies can actually be colored, I found. The weapon gummies and helm can't, so it's taking away customization options that Kingdom Hearts 1 had when you finally did get these spray and palettes to change how your ship looked color-wise. All in all, just a reason I don't appreciate, well, I don't really like, I should say. I appreciate what this game did for various things, but it certainly leaves a sour taste in my mouth for how they took away customization options from the player. And we actually have our first gummy ship boss, although I don't know this guy's name. There's a lot of guides on the internet covering what exactly the bosses are, but not anything really to do with the gummy missions and their enemies. Unlocked Mission 1 and 2 for Stardust Sweep. Unlocked Highwind Level 2. And Falcon Level 2. And we got a heal upgrade. Alright. And we've unlocked Beast's Castle, so we should touch down now.
Hey, what is this place?
It's huge!
And sort of gloomy, don't you think?
I wonder who lives here.
Hey, does anybody else recognize that?
Hey, that's the beast!
Yeah!
Maybe we should check up on him.
Look!
Come on! Where did he go? What? Found it!
Whoa!
Alright, so we have to defeat the Heartless, and I think I'll just use Valor Form to immediately get us to level 2. And pretty much just tear through these guys.
Oh, come on, enough already!
Somebody help us! Help!
Just in time! Wah!
Gee, do you think he maybe forgot who we are?
With this many heartless around, something must be up.
Why do you have to do that?
So yeah. Anyway, time to quickly exit the world map. And pop back in so that we have our drive gauge back, in case I want to use it. I know that went by real quick, but we did get a new ability for Sora, and I actually did forget to mention that I equipped the aerial sweep we got from defeating Shan-Yu last episode. It'll basically give us a means to attack from the ground to the air, so that's pretty good. We also have high jump now from leveling up Sora's drive form, though we have to use 2 AP to equip it. And then we got damage drive, which restores the drive gauge every time damage is taken. The amount restored to the drive gauge is relative to the damage received, so basically just like MP Rage. Let's see, is there something that I don't really need to put on? You know what? I don't want to get rid of combo boost, but well, actually, before we do that, let's quickly check out the new Moogle here, since we need to first drop off our synthesis materials from off screen, and we have recipes and free development that we can check out, but we now have accessories to buy, including this Sardonyx ring, which is just a improved ability ring that also increases strength, and a silver ring, which will increase magic. I think I'm going to go with the Sardonyx ring. And let's get 2 of them. That should do us. Anyway, before we move on, I do actually have a question of the episode related to the gummy missions, since I kind of waste all my time talking about them in the talking about what I didn't like. I have to ask what you guys think of ship travel in KH2 and the gummy system in general in KH2 compared to KH1. For me, I do think that the gummy routes are more visually interesting, and which can make the actual flight more fun, but in terms of building a ship, as I said, it's not as fun because of how complicated the menus are compared to Kingdom Hearts 1 and the lack of customization options. That said, I will admit, being able to see a ship's see a ship's stats and each individual block stats is a clear improvement on the original, so hopefully, it's a bit of an improvement, but also a step back at the same time. It's a bit complicated. Anyway, I suppose we should also check out the free development. We can make a Fire-Rog Bangle, a Blizzaga Bangle, a Blizzaga Armlet, a Thundaga Trinket, a Midnight Anklet, a Garnet Ring, and a Mithril Ring through redevelopment. But we don't have the materials, and then we have the dry recovery recipe that we got back in the Land of Dragons. Don't have enough of... Well, we don't have any frost shards yet, but we could make a dry recovery if we wanted. Well, if we had it. Anyway, let's move on to what is it? I just know I saw a lady at the top of those stairs. Well, if the beast is here in the castle, that lady must have been Belle, right? Yeah, maybe so. Belle might know what's happened to the beast too. Come on, let's go find her. Well, we do have the scene here, but we do have a bit of exploring to do, and a new enemy. These are the hookbacks. Heartless Air Force has some weaklings. These little guys are fairly weak, both in terms of HP and offense, but are made up for it by swarming. Their main methods of attack include somersaulting to slash with their hooks and screeching sound waves at you. They are particularly vulnerable to the Bat Cry reaction command, which will have Sora hook onto one of them and swing wildly. They do drop Frost Shards and Bright Shards at a 6% and 3% chance at base, respectively. And while our objective is to head up those stairs that we saw where Donald said that he saw a woman, we want to actually turn around and turn our attention to the front door. As we can reach the castle's courtyard, and there are 3 chests around the area. And more fights to do. Let's see here. Over this way, we have an AP boost, which we will want to use as soon as we are able. Then, by the outer gate, we have a Mithril Shard. And then, over in this direction, we have a High Potion. And more bats. Hopefully we can get a Frost Shard off of one of these guys. Speak of the devil. Well, we now have enough to make a drive recovery, though I'll hold off on that. I probably should have more synthesis materials in general before we get into actually crafting various items in synthesis. Anyway, back in we go. And once again, we're going to ignore the stairway that Donald pointed out because there's another door back here after we take out these hook bats. And that's the aerial sweep. When we're directly beneath an enemy, we'll rise to strike them, so it's very good to have on. And did I actually equip? No, we never actually did. I need to fix that. Having damage drive will make it so that we can easily restore our drive gauge just from playing regularly. And another new enemy is here. The original tanks of the Heartless army have returned. Give a warm welcome back to the large bodies. These guys haven't changed for the most part. Their main attacks consist of swinging their arms, charging belly first, like that, and jumping to create a shockwave. They do have a new reaction command if you get behind them, full swing, and when they do their reckless charge, when their HP is low, as they're glowing right now, they will have another reaction command that you can deflect back using the kickback reaction command to unleash a devastating 6-hit combo. In terms of drops, they now drop Power Shards at a 12% chance of the time, High Potions at a base 10% chance of the time, and Serenity Shards at a base 4% chance of the time. Okay, so probably not going as well as I would have liked. Okay, we had better hurry back to the parlor so that I can restock my drive gauge. Didn't mean to take up all that time fighting them, but whatever. Okay, so now that we've covered all that, let's head on up, ignoring the hook bats.
Oh, what am I going to do?
Okay.
Donald!
Hey, who opened the door?
Oh, I'm so happy you're here. Donald. Sora. Goofy.
Hiya.
Put me down. Put
Oh.
me down.
Oh,
Yeah.
Where's the beast? Oh, he must be in the West Wing. We don't talk like we used to. Did something happen? Yes. Isn't that why you're here? Not exactly, but we can still help. Since we're here and all. The beast won't talk to you? He's been acting strange lately. The only ones who might know why are locked up in the dungeon. I want to help them, but... Wait a second. Who locked who up? The beast locked up his servants. But why? That's what I don't know. Where's this dungeon? You can get to the Undercroft from the West Hall. The dungeon is down there. West Hall. Got it. Be careful. Belle, you do not have to worry. We will be careful, and now that we have control again, I have to say I'm just so glad that I can get a chance to praise Paige O'Hara, Belle's original voice actress, who reprised her role here. She literally does a good job, or rather an amazing job, every time. Anyway, before we actually move on toward the West Hall, we have a few chests here, including this big chest, which will have a map likely. Yep. It's like the game telegraphs when they're going to give you a map. Also have a save point here. And we can head back out into the East Wing, where we are going to have another large body. Hopefully this guy doesn't take quite as... Thankfully that wasn't so bad, and we have some chests out here. Getting a tent. And a high potion. Now, while I would like to continue on, I do want to maybe take a bit of time to get some synthesis materials from the enemies here that we've already faced, so I'm going to end things off a bit early today. Next time, we'll be heading to the West Hall to free the beast's servants. I want to thank you all for watching. Until next time, stay gold.
Playback sequence terminated. Transmission disconnected.